Look, me. Okay, see, I'm man enough to say that I was wrong about that, and I told you, uh, the
But that was
citation was
definitely
wrong.
the implication. You're right. You're right about one half of that. That was the implication, is that Trump was controlling his political enemies, and that has been the implication. And every single time you put it to any sort of scrutiny, it falls apart. But yet the narrative stands. Yet the idea still stands. No matter how many times it's disproven, no matter in what situation it's disproven, no matter how many times it said, "Well, that's completely without context."
But
It
come on. You know Trump whines about everything. Like I can Google it. I mean, I don't want to, but I can Google all the damn shit he said in the last like freaking 6 months. The dude is whining more than a little baby. Like, come on.
I don't
what
know,
Let's.
dog.
who's
You
a
have to give a better example then, because like
All
I
right, all
don't really
right.
see
Hold on,
Trump as
hold on.
whining. I seen him as honing down on people, like bringing things to light, but whining, nah. I heard him say, "Look, China over there doing unfair trade taxes. We're going after their ass." Not why is China treating us so bad, man? Like I thought we were cool. Like nah.
I'm just,
that's
I'm
whining.
just, I'm just saying the shit that conservatives are doing. Again, I'm a moderate that leaves
Yeah.
conservative. It makes me a little bit what's that word? Cringe. It makes
Yeah.
the shit that's
All right.
going on is a little cringy, man. Like, uh, ugh, I can't do it. It's just like,
Like, but like I'm trying to hone in on what exactly you see as cringy when I what I see is
okay. Here's a big one. Here's a big one. That was really cringy to me. Saying that the elections were rigged. That's not cool. Come on. We
but
like,
I mean, he is bringing.
come
I
when
on.
mean,
you
let's
can
be real.
prove
He's
that
kind
they
of bringing,
were, that's
highlighting
something to
something.
complain about.
That's
That
pretty
is a
much what I said. He
legitimate.
highlights something and he's like, all right, I felt the election was rigged. That's why I'm about to put some
Dude,
investigating into it. Not, no, they took it away from me and I feel like there's nothing I could do. Like, no, he's
dude,
putting action toward words.
he's the first guy to ever do it. No other conservative has ever been like, yeah, the elections are rigged. He's the
I know,
first
but here's the
one.
thing though. There's been no other conservative that the Dems were this hard of going against. So there's also
Uh,
that.
So, well, I
okay,
mean, what exactly are you supposed to do when you feel like the fucking elections are rigged? Are you just supposed to say, you know what?
F it.
Oh well, fuck it. Or are you supposed to say, no, your voice has been taken away from you, America that voted for me? Fucking,
well, the problem is that it delegitimizes the whole system.
and if
So,
they're not legitimate, they should be delegitimized.
like,
If they are
like a,
rigged, that should be brought to light. Should it not? Or should we just ignore it? Because fucking.
but it wasn't rigged. It wasn't rigged, dude. It wasn't rigged. Just like like some Democrats
Right.
could have said like it was rigged. They could have said the same shit about this election, but like
They did.
there's no
They
there.
did. They did.
Who
They
who
are currently right now.
who?
The a district
They're
in New York is currently suing because they think their election was rigged. Like,
yeah.
I
like
need to let me look that up. Let me
And
look
there are
that up.
political
District in New
pundits
York. Hold
out
on.
there or Democratic pundits that are saying, "Oh, I'm going to say it. I believe the election was rigged." It was on. It was this black lady on CNN. Now, I'm not going to say her. She's not a politician or anything, but she's just a political
but
pundit with a
here's my
podcast.
point. When you hear lie after lie after lie after lie after lie, and you can fucking do a little bit of digging and prove that everything that fucking the left is saying is a lie. I see. Well, I mean, you might call it whining. I call it exposing the truth. When fucking conspiracy
Dude,
theorists are sitting back and saying, "Well, this doesn't fucking add up," and this
it's
guy's like, "Yeah,
whining.
this doesn't add up." No, it's not whining. That's
It's
then in that
whining.
Hold
case,
on,
then
hold on, hold on.
every
Now, I do want to make a point. You did say something about like being a man, and all men they stand for what they believe. So if Trump
Yeah.
truly believed that the election was stolen, he would be less of a man by your definition on not standing on what he believed.
I mean that's true, but I do think that
Okay,
he
then he
knows.
wasn't whining; he was standing on business.
But
Mhm.
we all know
Okay.
Trump is blah 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 blah. He talks so much, you don't know what
Okay.
the hell is like. Come on, man. You
I
what
don't
will
is
even.
the
admit.
point? Like,
He doesn't even know if he believes himself.
All right,
Like,
come on now. He does hit it. He does have very voluminous speeches. Like they are
yeah,
lengthy
dude.
as hell, but we know what he's talking about.
Okay, even the guys at Fox, they I think like some like Democrat was like, they said like uh they were like, so what's Trump gonna do? He said he's gonna do this and that, and they're like, oh yeah, well we don't know because it's Trump. I mean anything can happen. Like,
what
like
is your point in all of this? I'm not seeing a point. You're saying that he's such a bad
Yeah.
dude,
okay,
and
my
all you're
point.
giving me is
Okay,
that
okay, okay.
he's doing what the voters have voted for.
my point is, you were saying that when I was talking about him whining,
Mhm.
uh, you said that he's standing ground, that he's not whining, that he's being real. What my point was that
Mhm.
he's not being real. I don't think he believes in reality that they were that I don't think he believes the elections were a fraud. I really don't. I think
Hmm.
he's
Then why did
trying
he
to,
spend so much money trying to take it through the courts then if he didn't really believe that?
because it's not his money. He doesn't give a fuck. If he wins, he wins. Like why would you give a?
What?
It's not.
It
It's not his
absolutely is his
money.
money. It costs
It's not
money to
his
bring
money.
lawsuits.
It's
Ah,
not his money, dude. He's not. You think
Whose
he's
money
using
is
money
it
out of
then?
his? Dude, it's all his donors. It's not his money.
By
okay.
definition, if someone donates to you, that becomes your money. That
He
is his
cannot use.
money.
No, it's not his money. It's not like he can go and buy a personal yacht and like
No,
buy
but
a
that's money
helicopter.
that he has been donated. He could have spent that money on campaigning, but instead
Dude,
he said, "No, this fucking seems wrong. I'm going to fucking sue it." And it was completely fucking legitimate in what he did. He brought legitimate lawsuits, and there has been tons of evidence of voter roll manipulation, fucking all of this shit. And just I'll give you an example for one. Dominion voting machines was just sold to a conservative. 4 years ago, we were told how impeccable and unwavering and fucking every superlative you can imagine to say that they're secure. Now, Democrats, because now it's owned by a conservative, not a liberal, they're losing their fucking minds. Why is that?
you, because you and I know Trump doesn't give a fuck about the law. He's gonna do what it takes to win. He doesn't give a damn.
Everything he's done has been within the law. What is one thing he's done that's not that is outside the law?
Okay, hold on a second. Let me get some. I don't want to talk out of my ass, so let me actually get you some data here.
All right.
I
Because
mean,
I don't know. I'm wondering too. I'm just sitting here, just like, come on, dog. I get you trying to paint him as a villain, but you gotta give me a good picture here.
and I'm trying to break this idea that
All
you
right,
have with him. I'm gonna state my intentions
all right.
before I debate this, but I think that you have been sold a bill of goods and you're believing fucking a narrative, and you have not fucking, all you hear is Trump's a bad guy, and then you see, bits and pieces of truth to what the narrative
Okay,
is, and
are
you're
you
like, oh,
ready?
that I agree,
All right,
that
hold
makes
on
All
now.
right,
sense.
all
Before you
right.
read it out, so let me
Okay,
get to some of the super chats. Shout out to my
let's
man
go.
Jay.
Let's
Says happy
go.
Halloween, everyone. Go trick or
Because
treating. And I'm a little too old for that one, but hey, though, I'll be out there handing out candy. Shout out
because I'm
Vladstein.
not.
Says hey, go ahead.
I'm not gonna talk out of my ass. I'd rather get some sources because I'm not
Yeah.
gonna blah blah blah. I'm actually gonna go research this and I'm gonna pull it up and we can go over the sources. You can say, hey, they're bullshit sources, whatever. That's fine. I don't care.
I'm okay.
Well, at least you brought it up.
He's just trying to get his super
All right,
chats
shout
out of the
out to
way,
Vladstein though. He says, "Hey, Set, what do you do to shine that bowling ball?" Well, I tend to use hair
bro.
oil, and it does get into the head, so to shine, bro, to shine.
Bro, you got a
But
fucking stage 3 fucking paint correction on that fucking forehead.
man, so shout out to my man Vladstein. Did you hear about Mymar's bomb scam called Centers in Their Country? Wait, what bomb scam? Called Centers in Their Country. They were ran by Chinese mafia, destroyed the entire island. Hmm, I did
Miramar,
not know about that.
Miramar,
I
or
did not hear
whatever.
about that. Yeah, I did not hear about that. I'm about to look that one up actually. Oh, he was tapped into geopolitical stuff. But all right, so what were you about to say, Anton?
All right. I mean, we can start on the first one. He had an executive order
Mhm.
that he
Hmm.
tried to pull through for ending birthright citizenship.
So what's illegal about that? That's a constitutional challenge to a
Wait,
constitutional amendment that is going
well,
through
we
the
gotta be
constitutional
specific about this
process.
though. We gotta be specific here
No,
because
so the executive order, you do realize that all of the EOs are put through White House counsel, lawyers that study the law and attorneys that interpret it and say, well, this is legal. Like, he doesn't just fucking go out and make proclamations and
but
they're
hold
not
on now,
fucking
but we
fact
do have
checked.
to be specific on what they're talking about here because remember he is talking about birthright citizenship for two people who came over here that are illegal. That's
Yep.
what they're debating because they already had the debate on, all right, well, what if two legal immigrants have a kid here? All right, that's an
That's a
American
US
citizen.
citizen.
They
Yep.
already had that debate. The Supreme Court never debated if two illegals came over and had a kid, is that a U.S. citizen? That was never
It has
debated.
not been
We just
litigated, so you
started
can't
doing
say
it
it's
as common
illegal.
practice. Yeah. But yo, he
Well,
did. Well,
anyways,
we start doing this common practice. Go ahead.
so trying to do the executive order is just it's not even constitutional. So it's not even like just him trying to push it through. Like obviously it
So
was
so let
didn't
me let
go
me give you
through.
some insight. Let me give you some insight into an executive order. An executive order does absolutely nothing to change the law. It changes how the executive branch interprets and enforces the law. If there is a legal question about the constitutionality of the executive order, it does what it's doing right now. It goes and the Supreme Court hears it and they say yes or they say no. So if they say no, then the order must stop. If they say yes, that's completely constitutional. Now you have case precedent on an otherwise uncontested portion of a constitutional amendment. That's not illegal. That's not outside the law. That's actually the process in which it's supposed to take.
But he knew it was unconstitutional. It's just
No,
wasting
it
people's
hasn't
time.
been ruled unconstitutional. It is completely up in the air right now because people have fucking streamlined it and propagandized it as, oh, he's doing unconstitutional things. That is the no, everybody doesn't agree with what you're saying. It's up for debate right now, and the debate is landing in the Supreme Court. Now, if the Supreme Court comes back and says they are the final authority on that, you're not the final authority on everybody thinks it's unconstitutional. No, you that's not how it works. You can't just say something's unconstitutional without any proof of it. Like that's completely flabbergasting to me because that is not it's not unconstitutional. The Constitution has not specified it.
But all right, guys. Now I do want to get into police cam reactions. Trump didn't have no big donors until Musk woke up and started helping. But before that, Trump paid his own way. First term, he paid for his own election. I did not know that one. And
Absolutely did.
shout out to
Yeah.
my man Vlastine. He said, check DM for videos. You know what? I'm taking video suggestions at this point. Shout out Big Wave Dave. Two illegals shouldn't be able to have a kid with birthright citizenship. Try again, Anton. All right.
Okay, let's go to the next one.
All
Hold on
right.
a second.
All right. What? You can tell me, go see if I
Hold
can go
on,
ahead and
hold on.
put it up. But yeah, shout out to the supporters. Got you any questions, comments, jokes, or disagreements? Be happy to send it in. $2 and up. If you want to ask the caller some question, you can. They'd be happy to answer it. Well, they've been pretty open with questions lately, so I don't know why they'd stop.
Nah, you know what? From now on, any super chat, I'm not answering.
It's like, all right, well, Monty's saying F you, but Anton's still here,
No,
right?
no, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
All right, let me see if I
Give
can.
the people what they want, or they will riot.
No, I appreciate that.
Hold on.
Let's see here. Oh, shit.
Sorry, I gotta read this long article because I don't want to spew something that's not gonna make sense.
So I want you to.
Oh, shit. Oh, Monty. Oh, he accidentally signed himself out there. Oh, that's all good. He'll be back. Let's see here. Oh, I guess we're gonna get into a little bit of geopolitical for a little bit. All right, then. Until Monty comes back up, or unless Anton, you want to read it right? Well, nope. Monty's already back here. All right, Monty's back.
Sorry about that.
So what do you think about the? All right. This is a good one actually. Deportation and detention of student protesters. How do you
Completely
feel about?
constitutional. Completely constitutional within the U.S. General Code.
I ain't gonna lie. I disagree with this one, but it is constitutional, especially since Secretary Rubio, well, the Secretary of State Rubio can actually go ahead and revoke,
For
green,
at any
green
time
card.
for any reason. It doesn't
Yeah,
say any
I don't
lawful
agree
reason.
with it, but I
You
will admit he does have the authority.
he has the latitude. You might say it's unprecedented, but you'd be wrong. I would say that it's being spun in a direction that says, oh, this is completely unprecedented and unconstitutional and a stretch of power and blah 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 blah. But that is all fucking narrative. That is narrative building, and that's antithetical to what the actual law is and what the powers of the president are.
Okay.
But I guess that's our answer for that one. Now,
And so here's what I want you to. I was going to say this before I cut myself off. When you read an article or when you fucking consume news, I want you to think about
Question.
something.
How
Go
about
ahead.
ignoring an order from a judge to end funding freezes? What do you think
Uh,
about all the there are a lot of judge orders that he just ignores.
Oh
How
yeah,
do you?
because the judge can't tell them. The district
the
judges
judge
can't tell them
can't
what
do
to
it. That
do.
is
The Supreme
unconstitutional.
Court
That is
can though.
violating balance of power.
Hmm. Oh
A district court judge does not have more power or more latitude to make decisions on the executive branch. So, for example, they cannot issue nationwide injunctions or order the president. They are on the fucking tier of things. They're like 3 pegs lower than the president. The
yeah,
president
it's
can do
supposed to
whatever the
be.
fuck he wants
What's supposed to be district?
until the
Yeah,
Supreme Court says no, you can't do that. He can do that, and it can be on appeal. And while it's on appeal, the deference goes to the executive branch until the Supreme Court because they're not on the same level.
yeah, it's
The,
supposed to
this
be
di-
like through the district court, then the circuit court, then it goes to the appeals. If they come with a disagreement at the appeals, the Supreme Court, they just need 4 justices to decide if the Supreme Court want to take that on. If not,
Mhm.
they'll just leave it to the appeal court. But hold on, shout out to my man, guest dude. He says the birthright executive order was trash. It bypassed the judiciary branch and went beyond the range of the executive branch. It was an overreach. All right, shout out
Yeah,
guest dude. What else how guest dude's seeing it?
I don't know. Like everywhere I'm reading, every article I'm reading here says the whole birthright citizenship is a blatant
Nah,
violation.
nah, because they're mischaracterizing it. They're not
They are,
understanding what the
yeah.
debate is
They're
for. The
they're they're
debate is for
assuming they're assuming what the Constitution says in ambiguity.
no, no,
They
no.
cannot
Actually,
do
I
that.
honestly believe that they're trying to like frame it to the people that were trying to take birthright citizenships away from all the guy, even the legal immigrant born citizens, like ones like me, like both my parents, they're legal immigrants. I was born in America. They're thinking that they're trying to take that away as well. When
And
no,
they're
the
not.
argument is for illegal. Do illegal parents get to have an American citizen get to birth an American citizen on our soil? Is that okay for them to do? Because we already decided with the Supreme
Few
Court
people
already
on
on
that.
legal immigrants, but we never argued on illegal. And that's the problem with left wing media. They're not giving you the full details of what's going on.
Or
They're
any of
making
the
you think
context.
that he's trying to get rid of all birthright citizenship when he's not. He's just trying to solidify the argument of, all right, well, are we going to let illegals do this too or not?
And let me
So,
ask
so,
you as a person,
so
do you think no,
go
this
ahead.
goes to a personal question. Do
Yeah, yeah.
you think that someone that breaks our laws to be here should then be rewarded by proxy via their kid having citizenship?
No.
Then you agree with what Trump did.
That doesn't mean that I agree with what he did, because
What
I think
how do you solve that? Whose responsibility is it to ensure that that doesn't happen?
well, if you want to know my view on something like that, I have a little bit of a crazy view on stuff like borders. In my opinion,
Borders
uh,
shouldn't exist.
Hold on, guys. Before we get on to borders, though, before
yeah,
we get on to
yeah, yeah,
borders,
yeah.
shout
I'm a
out to
little bit crazy
guest
on the
dude.
border thing.
Yeah,
See,
before we get, I'm gonna go ahead and
on
let
the,
you cook on that one. But shout out to
I'm
Guest Dude. He says using an EO, will be challenged to try and get a rewrite on a constitutional amendment is an overreach. Like I said, I don't believe he was trying to get. I honestly, I know he wasn't trying to get a rewrite to try to pretty much say, oh well, it doesn't matter. Only U.S. born citizens can birth U.S. citizens. That's not what he's going for. Like he's
So
going for the challenge of, all right, well, are we just going to let illegals do this as well? We let
so
legal immigrants do it.
my
Yeah.
question is, if that's an overreach, why does that mechanism exist?
Yeah, that's also a good point. But shout out to Vladstein said judges act like they are the true kings. Feelings.
Yes.
so
Yeah, they
so
act.
we'll do the border thing in a second, but I'm just going to give you a quote from Trump from 2020. Uh, Here's one about him talking about pro.
What?
Hold on. Oh, here it is. Here it is. My bad.
The
Shout
infamous
out
KK party.
my bad. Shout out my man Big Wave Dave. Almost skipped you there. He says, Anton said Trump doesn't care about the law, couldn't bring up specifics without researching it. Still coming up short, Anton. Like four or
4 or
five
5
short.
short. That's fucked
Like,
up.
damn, you at least add an extra 5 bitches, be like 410.
Dude, Trump doesn't care about the law. If you look at his history with all the not Vegas, sorry, all the Atlantic City shit he did, he doesn't give a fuck. Dude,
What do you? So you're making
that's
generalizations based off of no evidence. I need you to do better than
okay,
that.
okay. Give me a second. Give me a second.
All right,
So
and shout out to
all
Dig Wave
all
Dave.
you're
Don't skip
speaking
my
about
super
is your
chat set.
feelings
Here,
based off of
here, let's.
narratives that have been spoon fed to you.
All right. 2020. This is Trump. We have to go by the laws. We can't move in the National Guard. I can call insurrection, but there's no reason to ever do that. Even in Portland, we can't call in the National Guard unless we are requested by a governor. He knows the rules, but what did he do this year? He just called it. He called people into LA. He called people into other cities because
Well, yeah.
he
As he should
he
have. That was a rebellion
you
against the United
but
States government.
but he
ICE
can't
agents were
do that.
being attacked. Oh,
He
Yeah, you
can't
can.
do that.
yes, he
We're not
can.
being dude. I'm an hour away from LA. There's nothing going on in LA. Nothing,
No,
jack
no.
shit
Not right
happening.
now because the
No, we
National
get
Guard
it.
came through.
No, no, I get where you're trying to come from with this, but
dude,
bro, they was
we're
trying
out
to
here,
stop immigration law, aka
dude.
federal law. A president is allowed to come in with troops to enforce federal law. Kennedy does it.
Dude,
Eisenhower did it. It is what it is. And
dude,
Kennedy
there's
did it for segregation.
jack shit happening in LA. People aren't fucking, dude. People are on the beach relaxing,
I
smoking
get
pot.
that, but
Nothing
during
going
the
After
on
the
down there,
National
protests,
dude.
Guard
but
went
during the
through, so
protests, those
you're
guys were
proving my
trying to
point.
stop ICE agents from doing their job. So they're
Dude,
kicking on the beach now, but when ICE was doing their job, they were trying to stop them from doing so.
dude.
That's why the troops had to get in there.
He wanted to send people to San Francisco, but San Francisco is even more boring than LA. There's really nothing going on down
So
there.
what you're saying is there was no reason to do it, so he didn't do it.
No, he did do it. He did it in LA, dude.
He did it in L.A. He did not do.
Hold up.
So,
Sorry.
I'm echoing.
There you
Oh
go.
no, Dave's. It was Dave's.
He did it
Feedback.
in LA for no reason.
No reason. I don't call fucking spitting on ICE agents, throwing rocks at ICE agents.
Sorry.
Who is
Dude,
that has their mic open? That's
dude,
fucking
we
repeat.
My bad. That was my fault.
we have police for that. We have the police for
They
that. We don't
weren't
need,
doing.
dude. We don't need National Guard. Police.
Yeah,
That's
we
what we have
do.
them for, dude. California is the
So
fifth
when the police,
richest.
hold on. So the police flat out said we're not going to support ICE. There's instances where in Chicago the police were told to not protect them. What are they supposed to do?
Dude, that's a bunch of BS. Come on now.
I have the CAD data or the CAD stand down order fucking pulled up in my photos.
Dude,
I can post it in here if you want.
you think the police are some kind of some kind of pansies? Of course they're gonna protect. That's their job, dude.
No,
That
it's
whole
not.
thing
Not
is
it.
yes.
So let me
I'm
explain something about immigration law. Immigration law
dude,
is not a state's issue. The state can choose to completely withhold any support to the federal government, which is what they are doing. And
dude.
when you
There was
withhold support, yeah.
no need for the guard on the West Coast at all. We have
So
plenty of money,
so
dude. We are the fifth biggest GDP in the world. Fifth
and
biggest
so
in the
All
world.
right,
that proves
guys.
my
Now hold on. I
point.
do got to read this fact out here
We
because
don't need your help. We don't need your
whoa.
help out here, dude.
Now,
We
Anton,
have
I do
so
have to
much.
read this out for you. The Chicago police have a policy of not assisting federal immigration enforcement, a restriction due to the city's sanctuary status. The policy
So
rooted
does
in
LA.
local ordinances means that Chicago Police Department's officers cannot participate in civil immigration raids or act as immigration agents. So, AKA, they weren't helping these guys. That's why, and LA did it too. That's why these guys bring in the troops or bring in National Guard.
Not to
I'm
mention, you
not,
had riots going on in the streets of LA because they
dude,
wanted to fucking. You had stupid fucking the mom of LA,
dude,
fucking fat as hell, fucking with goggles and a helmet on, screaming into a bullhorn with a fucking leaf blower, blowing the tear gas back,
dude,
saying, "We're not gonna fucking give ICE the chance." That's an
dude.
insurrection, my guy.
I'm telling you, man, it's not the big deal. It's nothing's going on out here.
So
You're over,
attacking ICE
dude.
agents isn't a big deal.
You're
Attacking
over
federal agents is not a big deal.
dude. You're over
Yo,
sensationalizing
can I say
everything.
something
It
here?
wasn't as
Whoa,
Hey, Anton, you
Dave.
live in Cali?
yeah,
Of course you do. And you have that smug look on your face, bro. Like you don't know what you're talking about. You had to go look stuff up. But you stated it prior before you. Then you had to go look it up because you didn't want to talk out of your ass. But you keep talking out of your ass, bro.
What are you talking? Tell me what I'm talking about. What's wrong? Go ahead.
You said that Trump doesn't follow the laws.
Okay.
Okay, and when are you gonna bring up something that he actually didn't follow the law on?
I just did. You can't just put in a National Guard into a city for no reason.
So
If
if it's an
if it's
unlawful order,
protecting
no. Let
federal
me
troops,
fucking
yes, he
squash this.
can.
Let me
There,
squash this
that
real fucking quick. Let me stop this real quick. So, as a member of the military, you are required to follow all lawful orders. If you're saying the order was not lawful, why did they all follow it?
well,
Huh?
okay, hold on. If you're gonna talk about why did paid people follow an order, it's like duh, that's what they're paid to do,
No,
to
they're
follow
paid to follow
orders.
all lawful orders. So, by
Dude, come
definition,
on. Yeah,
no,
and
no, no,
so
it's
and
not
police,
come
and guess
on.
what? Dude, and police are civil servants also, but they're not perfect. You see police, George Floyd, all the other shit that's going on. Come on,
Oh
man.
my God, George
Yeah,
Floyd is a fucking joke, but continue.
okay, see that? I'm sorry, but like as a person moderate leaning conservative, that's an evil thing to say. Like that actually makes me kind of angry to even be
Because I
conservative when
can't
you
even,
say
you
stuff
can't
like
even
that.
bring something up. You can't even criticize the mob
Well,
without the mob turning on you. You're right. It shows
No, no, no,
how
no, no.
indoctrinated
See,
you are.
no.
see, the George Floyd is not a joke. It's real. It's real, dude.
Really?
See,
What?
In
Please
terms of
tell me.
what?
see,
So the officer used a sanctioned and approved and taught method to subdue a violent suspect and got charged with murder. That is a fucking joke.
he put his knee on his neck. Are you crazy? Did
That
you see
is.
the video?
Yes, I saw the
Yeah.
fucking video.
Yeah, I saw
And
all angles of the video. Have you? I don't know. I just want to, but
Yeah,
before we get into that,
yeah.
because bro, like, all right, so
did
you
you
saw where
notice
George
that
Floyd was
every
put
time
inside the
that happens,
car
that's what
and
they
he was
do?
asked to get put on the floor. You know that, right? Where he asked to get put on the floor. You know that. When he was in the car, he was freaking out, said, I couldn't breathe while in the car standing up, the police car standing up, and he said, I cannot breathe. And he actually put on the ground. If you actually watch the full footage, you'll actually see that man's foot was not foot, but knee was in the middle of his back, holding
In
down,
the
I
middle
guess
of
what
his
it's called
back.
trapezoids, right?
Hey,
Or
I got one last thing to say, and then I'm out of here. Anton, you remind me of a friend of mine that moved to New Zealand, and he still has dual citizenship, and he feels like, oh, well, I'm just going to vote because I don't like that person. Even though
No,
he's never come back here, never going to come back here ever again. He lives in New Zealand, has kids there, has a wife there, but he still votes here. You're that type of person that you would do that sort of thing because you just you have that
You're
same smug look that he does,
you're a
and
moderate.
Dave,
You
it's awful.
keep flaunting the
see,
fact that
see,
you're a
Dave.
moderate conservative. You're not a moderate conservative. You're a left-leaning Democrat,
No, I'm
and
not.
you're
Nope,
just not as extreme as the radical
nope.
left. Like
See,
no,
see, see. You're wrong. I'm for guns. I'm for
but
low
I
taxes. I'm listen. I'm for low taxes. I'm for being fiscally conservative. Okay, those are pretty
I'll
big
be
things.
fair. I'll be fair, bro. I do believe you are conservative, but I think you're like the old school conservatives. Well, not old school, but like 2016 conservatives. Like y'all conservative, but y'all just hate Trump. Like Ben Shapiro hated Trump too, and we still consider him a conservative. There's a lot of guys on the right who hated Trump at first, and we still consider them
but you're
conservative to this
he's
day.
I
using that as
believe
a
in
virtue
morals.
signal. Like
As a
he's using that
conservative,
as a virtue signal, though.
as a
It's like
conservative, I believe in morals. I believe in right and wrong. I believe as a conservative that we should treat people kindly, nicely, that we
We
should
do.
assume.
we
I as a
do. What
conservative, as a conservative, I believe that we should give people second chances, that not people aren't evil, and that's just
Mhm.
the
but
way they're
Trump
going to
is though,
be.
right?
Well, right
That's
now
what you
he's a
opened
little
this
bit
conversation up with.
right now he's a little bit he's not the Trump of 2016 that I voted for. Let me tell you that. He's not that Trump. And I'm not gonna no way in hell would I vote for this Trump, okay? He ain't 2016 Trump, buddy. He's not. Like, I don't know what's going on with this Trump. This is more like a revenge Trump. Uh
Mm.
I I don't know.
Return of the
Uh
Orange Man.
Like
so
what
like
is what it you're saying all of this shit to and you're going off of emotion. You're not doing any of the actual groundwork to
well, hey,
fucking
look,
verify any of the sources that you're looking at.
Montgomery.
You're just
Montgomery, I
saying,
have
"Oh, Trump's bad because the CNN article said that he's not following the law." And I don't
Montgomery.
and I believe it because you don't need the National Guard, even though if you look at the law, he's well within his right to do that. And
Montgomery, I'm not being emotional, but you are telling me what that I'm not a moderate leaning conservative. So I
you're
mean, I do
not.
have to, but I have to defend myself. So I don't know what you're talking about. Just because there are a couple of things that I'm not conservative on doesn't mean that I'm not leaning conservative. So I don't know what you're talking about.
What
Like,
You
All
haven't
right,
said a
guys.
single conservative thing since you've been up here, other than we shouldn't spend money.
All right, guys. Now, before I go ahead and
I
let y'all
just
go
told you
back
I'm
at it.
pro guns.
All right, guys. Hold on now. Shout
I
out to
just
my
told
man.
you
You
I'm
live
pro
in
Guess
guns.
California. You can only be so pro gun.
What are you talking about? I just told you I'm pro guns. Like I would
Cool.
love for California to have guns.
All right,
So I don't
guys.
know
Hold
what
on
you're.
here.
So I don't know what you're talking about. You're like, stop putting words in my mouth.
All right, guys. Well, hold on now. Hold on. Shout out to my man, Guest Dude. The mechanism shouldn't exist. He's talking about Trump's the executive order. It's a busted loophole that lets the president of the United States overshoot the judiciary in order to change constitutional interpretations. Huh.
So, in other words, it's a legal mechanism that exists, and it's not an overreach if he fucking uses a legal mechanism that exists. Like this idea that fucking, oh, it's never been done before, blah, 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 blah. Every legal argument, every new set of precedent has never been done before. That's why it's called fucking unprecedented. Like this, fuck. It's it's ridiculous. No one had a problem when fucking Obama was spitting out fucking executive order after executive order. He's the one that fucking cemented that idea to fucking put executive orders out there. So when a fucking Republican does it, now it's going to be scrutinized to all fucking hell because fucking what? It's not a mechanism. It's a
Montgomery,
loophole.
hey,
It's a
Montgomery,
loophole.
Montgomery, I got a question for you. Do you think we should actually have military in our nation patrolling the streets? You cool with that?
If
We
if
have
there's a
guns, dude.
fucking
Hey, dude, we have guns. That's what. Why do we need? The
You don't
military?
have guns in California. You're making my point for me. You have
Dude,
a
do you
fucking
think,
liberal ass state where a fucking riot's going on, and
dude,
there's no,
anybody with a brain can just go to Arizona and get a gun? Are you like, what? Hello, we're
Hold
and
on,
that's
not 3 hours
dog.
illegal.
away,
That's
So what we
illegal. You
going to
want
do?
to talk
Hold
about
on. So the
law-abiding citizen? That's
residents of
not legal to do in
California
California.
dude,
are going to
dude.
go out and get guns and fight the gangs, right? Is
And
that what
so
you're
so
saying? And fight the
I
drug
so
Hey,
dealers
now
and the
I
hey,
know.
cartels.
Now I
look,
know.
Montgomery. My question is very simple. Montgomery, my question is
Stop.
very simple. Are
Stop.
you? Do
Stop.
you want the military? Are you cool
Yes,
with the
I want the
military
fucking
patrolling our
military in the
streets?
streets. I'm tired of fucking people shitting on this fucking country and fucking rioting and tearing shit up and making my insurance premiums go up because they have to fucking rebuild all this shit. Yes, I want them to fucking maintain law and
Okay.
order. I want them to protect the people that are deporting the fucking pieces of shit that came here illegally, fucking bypassed all of our laws. Yeah, I do. So
Hey,
yes, I'm
Montgomery,
completely okay with that.
do you want cameras on every single cross street of every
There
single
already
suburban
are, my
neighborhood?
dude. There already are.
No, I just have a question. Do you want cameras everywhere? Everywhere. We
Do
want
I
it
get a
to be.
fucking say
Where
in
this is
that? No,
going?
I don't get a say in that.
But do you? Would you like it? Would you like to have a camera making sure that every single lamppost, every single cross street, do you want it? I mean, to be super safe. Do
What
you
is
want
your
it?
point? What is your point?
He's
My
actually, do you
point
want a
is,
police state?
No, I
yeah.
don't
Are
want a
you?
fucking police state. A police state is different than upholding existing law and order. You're trying to conflate the fact that I like the fucking military in there, and it's not the military. First of all, it's the fucking National Defense Force, the National Guard. That's literally their fucking job
You
to
know,
protect the homeland.
actually,
So
I'll be honest with you, Monty. I will give one thing to Anton on this one. When he says that the people need to honestly go out there and get guns and protect themselves, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah,
We
but
don't
y'all
need the
gotta hold yourself
military.
responsible on that. No, like one,
pause,
y'all are in
pause.
cities that keep
So
you
let me
guys
let
from
me make a
having
point.
guns.
Hey,
I'm
we
glad you
don't.
circled back to
We
that.
we don't need your help. We don't need the
No,
military.
you
We
do,
don't need the
You
because
national.
your
do
people
because
are
We
you're
not
not
don't.
taking
fucking
We
action.
don't.
stopping it.
No, no,
There's
think
the
about it. No,
most
no,
illegal
Anton, you're
immigrants
proving
are
our
in
point.
California. You're
No,
not
no, like,
stopping
no,
it.
no,
You
no,
don't.
no,
You do
Monty,
need
Monty.
help.
How long has California had these problems of gangs, drugs, cartel activity for a while
We
now? And y'all
we
had the
don't need.
opportunity to get guns for a while now to fix this, and y'all haven't. So yes,
We are.
we
We
do
are.
got to
We have
come up
the
there and
fifth.
fix it because the
We have the
police
fifth.
cannot fix it, the people can't fix it, and Lord knows your government officials don't want to.
Yeah, I
We
know
don't
you have the
need
fifth
your
largest
help.
economy. Shut up, shut up. I know
Yeah.
you
That's
have all of
right.
the resources to fix the problem, but you're not.
There's no
I know you
problem.
could do it if you wanted
That's the
to.
thing. That's the thing. There is no problem.
There's
All
no
right, guys.
problem.
Now hold on. Before we go too farther, shout out Dr. Butt Tool. How does Anton stay up on that toothpick?
Hey, Set Media. I'm gonna make you rich by the end of this. But honestly, I don't have too much time because I actually have to go work. But I'm gonna try to make you some money here. Get some conservatives riled up.
Oh man, well I do
Oh, here we
appreciate you
go.
for coming on. Shout out Hell Basic. Dude, just because you say you're conservative doesn't mean you are. So far, you did nothing but do liberal and dem talking points.
Nah.
That's all it
Look,
is. No, can I get to the point that I was trying to
We
get to? Because you've
we have
stomped on it
guns.
like 3 times.
We have guns in this country. We don't need the military to come in. We don't need military.
Okay.
That's are
Anyway,
you?
so
Hey, do you
you made a statement. You made a statement
Montgomery,
that you can just no
Montgomery?
stop.
You
You
want
said your
less or
piece. It's
more
my turn.
government?
What?
You conservatives believe in less government. Well, I don't need more government. I don't need more military, more National Guard, more ICE. I want less government.
Okay, bud. Anyway, so you made a statement earlier that you can just go to Arizona. So now I know you don't even own a gun because you would know that if you've ever filled out a fucking 4473 that you cannot go to another state and buy
I
a
don't need
gun.
a gun because there's no crime out here, dude.
There's no crime in LA.
No.
Bro, where the fuck? Okay.
Hey,
All right, that
question,
was a
Montgomery.
banger, right?
Bro,
Montgomery, you live in LA? You live in LA?
no, but
Oh,
Okay,
you know what's
hey,
crazy? I
you
have
bro,
don't live
y'all
in
run the
LA.
biggest
You
police
don't live
departments in the world for a reason, dog.
you don't live in LA because so you don't know shit. You don't live
no, but I
there.
have brothers that do. I have two
Oh
Dog.
wow, you
brothers
have
that do.
brothers who live there. You don't live there, dude. You don't
What is
live.
that?
You're
You
not
know,
in
you know
Hold
what's
on,
SoCal.
bro. We
crazy?
just gotta
You know
watch
what's
the
crazy
news and we
about
know
not
what's
living
going
in
on in
LA?
LA. What are you talking about?
Oh wow.
I'm
Okay, so
glad you
you
brought
watch
that up.
the
I'm glad you brought that
news.
up.
So you watch the
Hold
news,
on.
and that means you know what's going on in LA, huh?
No,
Yeah, if I
I
watch the
have proof
news
if
and
you'll let
there's
me
been
if you let
multiple
me
murders
talk.
across LA due to gang violence, yes, I know that there's gang violence in LA. There.
I've had more crime committed in LA against me than I should have because I don't live in LA, yet I've had crime committed against me in LA.
Okay,
Dude,
All
so
right, hold
mute
on,
them
guys.
both
Before we go
I
too
for
far,
1 second.
let Dave talk.
Okay.
Go ahead, Dave.
All right. So first of all, Anton, I was born in LA County, Bellflower, California, right? I live there. That place is a fucking shithole. I live in a different shithole now, but California is a shithole. First of all, with your guns, look, you can't have an AR with a pistol grip without having a fin on the back. You can't. Now they're trying to get rid of
Get rid of Glocks.
removable mags. So now they're all fixed mags, and you have to load it. Like they have to make things to load it from the chamber that ejects the freaking.
You have to have a bullet
shell.
button to have a detachable mag.
All right, guys. Hold
people
on,
in the
guys.
So
world
Dave is
have their homes in California. It's not a shithole. You don't know what you're talking about. I don't know
all right.
where
Hold on
you
now,
were, but
Anton. Repeat what you said because you was muted at that time.
oh, this guy's saying California's a shithole. Like the whole fucking California. Yeah, 40 million people live here. The richest people in the world have their homes here, and it's a shithole. Yeah,
Why do you think
okay.
they're leaving? Why do you think the richest man in
They're
the
not
world left
leaving.
California? Really?
You're talking about Elon Musk because he's a little pansy who got there's like
Joe
some
Rogan,
no, there's some
State Farm.
no,
Oh, I'm
there's
just
some
naming people that
government person.
left.
No, just Elon and Joe Rogan. That's it. Like, oh
And
wow.
State Farm.
Like, who cares, dude? We're the fifth
Who
biggest
cares?
economy in the world. In the fucking
I'm
world.
proving your point wrong. You just don't want to listen to anything. Who cares? The richest man
Well,
in the
I will
world
say
left.
this. I think
We
you
have
guys need
500 rich
to.
people that live there.
Dude. He left because of taxes. It has nothing to do that
No,
he didn't
he
like
Elon.
actually
California.
left because of regulation, buddy. He left
Ooh.
because during COVID they wanted to lock everything the fuck down and stifle the most fucking profitable car company at the time. So
Oh
he
no.
said, "No, I'll go somewhere where they'll allow me to work."
Well,
So
actually, Elon
that's
said it out on social media. Elon left because Gavin Newsom invoked that
so
law that allows children to hide their transgender surgery or affirming
That
care from
too.
their
Yeah.
parents. Like he
so that's
lost
it.
it in that.
Elon. So Elon Musk left. That means that's it. California's turning into shit. It's a shithole.
It's
Come on,
No,
not
dude.
just
no,
What
Elon
is,
Musk.
no.
There
dude? That's a weak ass.
I
That's a
could
weak ass argument.
Come on, now,
buddy,
that's not the
just
argument.
look up the population shift that's happening with California. California is losing people hand over fist for conservative areas. They're tired of the shit. Just because you're isolated by it because you have money does not mean
Dude,
that it's not a shithole.
it's not a shithole. You don't know what you're talking about.
Anton,
California is
I think you're
great.
speaking from the ivory tower here, big dog. I think you are. If we have to talk about to the
No,
hoods
these
in LA, they would look at you
dude,
crazy right now, like, damn, dog, you just gonna throw the blanket over us?
dude, you got three guys. You got three guys that don't live in SoCal telling a guy who lives in SoCal about how shitty SoCal is. What are you talking about? Like,
Now, I'm not gonna sit
I
here and
was born
debate
there.
how
I live
shitty
there, dude.
SoCal
Shut the
is.
fuck up.
I'm
Big
gonna
Wave
sit
Dave,
here
where are you
I
from?
sit here and I understand that you guys have the biggest police department in the
Bellflower,
world.
California. Or no, I'm sorry. I lived in Whittier, which is in LA County, you dumbass.
Where are you now?
Now I'm in Jersey, which is even shittier. But same gun laws that you have in California, they
Same
kind of
fucking
have here,
government.
except not as bad because you guys are fucking awful over there. Now you believe in gun laws. Well, stop voting in fucking idiots that get rid of start making gun laws because criminals don't care about gun laws.
Hey Dave, why did you go from one liberal state to another liberal state? Why don't you
I
go
didn't
to
have a
conservative
choice
state?
because I came here when I was younger.
What? Why don't you move to a conservative state? I don't understand.
Because now I'm stuck
Dave.
here because of reasons, because of kids and shit. So
Why can't you
Get
move
over-
your
look.
kids to a conservative state?
move the phone away from your face, bro. Like
Why
holy crap.
can't
That's
you
you, Dave.
Stop
move
being
your
the one
kids
that's
to a
echoing.
smug
conservative state?
about thinking you know everything because you obviously don't. Like you have two other people telling you, like we see on the news what goes on there. I live there.
And I've
I
had
know
it
what
happen
goes on
to
there.
me.
You think
Hey,
there's
why
no
don't you
crime
leave
in
New
Southern
Jersey?
California in LA? You are so full of shit, bro. Like it's
Dave,
beyond.
Dave,
It blows
why are
my
you in
mind.
Jersey? Why are you in Jersey? It's liberal. Why don't you
I
go
would say
somewhere
this.
Hey,
conservative?
I'll tell you what. We're about to have a Republican governor again.
Man, possibly. I ain't gonna lie.
Dave,
Hey,
your mic is echoing.
Yeah, everybody. Yo, yeah, okay,
You
that was
went from
Dave.
one liberal state to another. I mean, like, what the fuck?
That doesn't. What is your point?
Oh, that's your argument? Piss off,
There's
Anton.
no
That's your
argument
idiot.
in that.
I would
Anyways,
say-
man, I
All
love
right.
this, man, because I like, sometimes you gotta have some fire. You gotta, even though we're all gonna be pissed off at the end
You
of the
mean like
day,
when LA was burning to the ground, you have to have some fire sometimes?
burning to the
Bro,
ground. By the way,
me
they
too.
found the guy. The guy is from, I believe he's from Florida, actually.
And they blamed it on climate change too, didn't
Hey,
they?
hey, the guy is from Florida, by the way.
Okay, what's your
Now,
fucking point?
Now, Anton,
Like,
I'm gonna be real with you. You kind of lost the debate when talking about LA crime. You're trying to make it sound like LA sound
one
like
of the
it's
highest
this,
in the country.
bro. You're making it sound like it's honestly like this. I'm gonna be real with you,
Dude.
like it's a conservative city, like it's a Republican city, but they got
LA
hood,
used
they
to
got
be
gang
nice.
violence.
Dude,
I mean,
it's not bad. It's not bad. I'm
bro,
telling you, I'm fucking.
I'm not
Have
saying
you
it's the
lived
worst
anywhere
place in
else?
the world,
Have you lived anywhere
but we're
else?
not gonna sit here and pretend like it's good.
Dude,
Like, you
it's
can't
not.
have the biggest police force in the world and then say, "Oh yeah, this is a great place to live. This is us safe." Well, why are the police
Dude,
force so big?
California has 40 fucking million people. 40 million. Do you
LA,
understand?
LA.
Let me
We're talking
check
about
out.
LA crime.
Hold on.
There's
Let me
places
check
in
out the
California
population
that
of
got
LA.
good
I don't
crime
think
that has
Anton's
reasonable
lived
conscience.
anywhere other than California, so he's just been surrounded by it his whole fucking life. So
Hold
he
on a
thinks it's
second.
the best he can do.
Hold on. Let's take a look at the population of LA. Hold on a second.
It's
LA,
irrelevant to the
that's all I need.
conversation. It's a shithole.
No,
It
you're
has
wrong.
has crime.
3.7 million people. Do you understand? That's LA. Just LA. We're not
Good
even
for
talking
you.
about.
I'm glad
But
you
that
can look at the
doesn't go into
statistics.
my point
Dude,
about
And
there
what
is
is the
hella
crime rate in
in
that
LA.
state?
There's a lot of crime in LA.
Dude,
That's
it
why I
is
have
not
one of
as
the biggest
bad.
police forces in the world.
We have a big police force because we have a ton of people.
No, you have a ton of
Bro, you
crime.
have a really big police force because you have a lot of crime.
You guys don't even live here. How the fuck are you telling me how much crime
Because
I
there's
have
other
in the
cities
place?
close to your number that don't have as much police.
Dude, tell me, quote what city? Quote one that
Chicago.
has that.
Chicago. Yeah.
That's it.
Chicago, New York
You-
City.
Yeah, New York City is actually a pretty good one.
I believe Denver is closing in on that. It's not the same size, but their police
we're
force
talking
is
about
smaller
that.
to their population relative.
2.5 million to 3.5 million ranges those cities, and they don't have a bigger police force than you guys. So what does that mean? You guys have a lot of crime going on.
No. There's. It's not LA. We're talking about LA. There's
No,
Orange
nothing's
County.
wrong with the state at all. It's just a
Bro.
shithole that everybody's leaving for no reason.
Nobody's
They
leaving.
just don't want to give it a
Look,
chance.
We're not trying to say
They don't-
that everywhere in California has high
Nobody-
crime. We're just saying
Nobody
LA
is
does.
leaving. Nobody is leaving California. I'm telling you, just because
So
Joe
why is your
Rogan
car
is on his
insurance so high in California? Why is the car
It's not-
insurance rate so?
dude, my car insurance is $67 a fucking month.
Do you have full coverage?
$67. I don't have full coverage.
No, okay, then shut up. You're missing the point. You know what
No, I'm not
you know what
missing the
my
point.
liability is? You know
No,
what my
dude.
liability?
No,
You know what my liability is? It was
Montgomery,
$25 when I had liability. So
Montgomery, my
my
friend.
point proven.
I'm not missing the point, my friend. The point is that I actually live here, so I can
That
tell you
doesn't
when I
mean
walk down.
anything. You're nose blind to it. Congratulations. Have you ever lived anywhere other than fucking Southern California?
We are talking.
Have
You're
you ever
telling
lived
me,
anywhere other than Southern California to compare the two? Because I have lived in Southern California. I don't live there now, but I have. So have you lived
Montgomery.
anywhere?
I don't need to compare crime to anything else.
That's what this
You're
is.
asking me.
This is a comparison.
You're,
I'm taking an objective state, comparing it to the fucking place you're talking about. I can do that because I have lived in multiple places. LA is a
dude.
shithole. Have you lived
There.
anywhere other than LA?
We don't need to compare because I'm telling you,
Have you
there's
lived
no
anywhere
crime.
other than LA? There's no
I'm
crime
telling
in
you,
LA. No
not
crime.
like you, not
There's
not like
there's
you said.
no
How the fuck?
there's no
Not how
homelessness.
you.
There's no
All
theft.
right, guys.
n-
They
Not how
decriminalized
you.
stealing under 900.
I gotta read something out for the both of you real quick, okay? Because I looked something up to my surprise, right? And I had to ask ChatGPT. So, what are all the companies that left California? Let me go ahead and read them out for you. We got Chevron in 2024 left. We got Tesla in 2021 left. We got Oracle in 2020 that left. Bro, we have HP, the laptop guys in 2020 that left. Charles Schwab. Charles Schwab. Like, bro, World Economic
One
Forum,
of the
that guy.
biggest investment companies in the world.
In 2021, CPRE Group, 2020, AECOM, 2021. Palantir even left in 2020. Digital Realty, 2021. McKinson, 2019. FICO. Really? FICO? Fair, really? Move
Bro,
headquarters to
the credit
Bozeman,
people don't even want to
Montana.
live there.
They moved to Montana over you guys. Realtor.com, 2025. They moved to Texas. Playboy. How y'all lose Playboy? Playboy Enterprise, 2025, Miami Beach. They took their stuff to Florida. And I'm going to be real with you. A lot of these guys are even taking their stuff to Texas. There's one Palantir went to Denver, Colorado, but most of these guys went to Texas. Like each and every one that I've named, besides Palantir, has went to Texas. So that is the fact of the matter. Is that yes, California is losing business, but y'all need to shape y'all policy before it gets bad, in my opinion.
Here's the
Because
thing.
right now you guys are in decent standing still, but it can get worse, and I don't think you guys talking shit's gonna help.
Last 30 years, the
Mhm.
United States economy has all come out of Silicon Valley, California. Okay, the last 30 years, we're talking about computers, microchips, silicon. We're talking
Yes,
about
but quit
So
acting like it can't be
everything.
somewhere else, bro. Quit acting like the new Silicon Valley cannot be in Texas. You guys are replaceable, obviously.
nah, he's had too much of that fucking software engineer money. He's completely removed from reality. So he thinks crime isn't a thing because he probably lives in a gated community where he has fucking armed guards
Well, I'm
outside
weak.
outside his gates. No one
Montgomery,
breaks into my
I'm weak.
house. My HOA
Montgomery,
is only $300 a month
Man,
though.
he's a software
Montgomery,
engineer, bro. What you mean? He already programmed the AI bots to protect his house. He don't need to do all that.
I'm
Montgomery.
I'm giving you shit. Just
We
take it.
we we all need to get along as human beings. We don't need to imprison anybody. We need
Hmm.
to
Oh
help each
no, we
other.
should we should just let the
We
criminals out on the street. I
we
got you.
we need to help each other. We need to help educate each other. We need everyone to be educated. We need to treat each other like friends, not like enemies, even if
Sorry,
you're rich
I'm
or
not going.
poor.
I'm not gonna treat the criminals like they're my friends. I'm gonna treat them like they're criminals. I'm not gonna treat the illegal immigrants that fucking break into this country like they're my neighbors. They're not my neighbors. They're invaders. I'm not gonna treat people that want us dead like they're my friends. I'm not gonna treat people that constantly call me names and attack my character because I believe some way. That I'm not gonna treat them like my friends. I'm not gonna treat anybody that stands for that as my friends. No, that's not how this works. It's not get slapped in the face 1,000 times and fucking just keep turning the other cheek. I'm not Jesus.
Well, I was saying
I
this.
understand how you feel about that. That's for
Look,
sure.
now it's funny because all you Californians, like y'all are good people. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, y'all be easygoing people, but the problem is y'all got too much. Like honestly, y'all like narcissists in a way. You guys think you're irreplaceable. You think y'all shit don't stink. Fit the biggest GDP in the world, and that's great. But please do not act like that cannot go away. That's who you guys are acting
Well,
like. Nobody's gonna leave. Who's leaving? I just gave you a list of multi-billion-dollar companies that left. Like, and I'm not saying that's the end for you guys right now, but I'm just
Oracle
saying if you
sponsors a
guys keep
fucking
on this
Formula
action,
One
keep
team. You
on
want to talk
this,
about
oh,
rich?
nobody's gonna leave, so we don't gotta make shit better. Trust me, Texas is gonna be the new
Montgomery,
California.
Montgomery, we are a country of immigrants. You're
No,
I
we're
don't know.
not.
You're
We are no. We are
Montgomery.
not a
not
country.
immigrants,
We are a
Mon-
settlers.
country of